Welcome and good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How you guys doing today? I'm Maria and this is my channel, Maria's Tarot's Journey with me. Today we're going to dive into the Oracle deck of wisdom of the Oracle. But before I do that, I'm going to let this sage clear out any negativity. We're going to invite spirit in and I'm going to give y'all a moment to come on in. Welcome if you're new. Feel free to introduce yourself. For the old Journey Squad members, I pray that this day finds you in good health and prosperity. We're going to get into today's daily message. I got Kuan Yin meditation music to set the mood and the energy. And I'm just clearing out the space, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope all is well. Okay, the sage is burning. Good morning. Hey, Josephine. How are you today? We're going to be working out of the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. But before we get to this deck, I'm going to pull some messages from the Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck that I have here. So allow me a moment to clear out the deck and we get straight into the message. Just for today, get some wisdom going. Get some information always available to us. I'm not taking any questions currently. If you go to my description box, if you're interested in a private reading, I'll be more than happy to oblige. But right now we're doing the daily message. You're welcome to stay and hear the message. But I offer private readings. Spirit of the Most High and Divine that resides within me, I ask that you provide me with the truth, wisdom, clarity, and understanding. It is only through the collective consciousness that I pray for all those in need of peace and serenity. Guide me, Holy Divine. Protect me, Archangels, as I read into the tarot on behalf of the collective's greatest and highest good of all. Allow me to be the messenger to deliver the message of hope. I thank you in advance, Spirit, for any messages that will be received. So today's message is going to be a 2-for-1. I'll be providing you with a tarot message to open up this reading, followed with a closing statement from Spirit, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And also, if I notice that certain chakras need to be unblocked, I will highlight and pinpoint those areas during the reading as well. All right, you ready? Let's go. I've already cleared the decks. Now, sit back, relax, open your mind, and allow Spirit to come in. Kuan Yin, Mother of Mercy, Mother of Compassion, I ask that you provide me with the truth, wisdom, and guidance as well. I thank you in advance, Spirit. and so it is. All right, lovely people, collective, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Again, my name is Maria, and this is my channel, Maria's Tarot's Journey with me. So come along, collective. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. I haven't been on for quite some time. Had to deal with some life on life terms issues. However, when spirit says it's time to re-enter and work, I have to oblige. So with that being said, let's get it. This is a live daily tarot reading. All the messages may not apply. However, take what resonates with your spirit at this particular time and moment and come back at a later date. Excuse me. You never know when this message will hit within your spirit. It's a general overall reading. This is the Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck, y'all. Beautiful deck. Lovely. I love to work with this deck, and particularly in the morning, especially for general collective reading. So a collective reading basically is anyone that comes into the room collectively as a whole, because spiritually we all connected, that can identify with what is being relayed through the message. So with that, let's get to shuffling. I'm doing a mini Celtic cross spread. Consists of 5 energies. And the first card, the first energy message that was coming out, I'm asking spirit to allow me to see what is your current position within the collective. Where are you at currently? Two more shuffles. That current position off the top, we have the Emperor. The Emperor energy is coming out. So collectively speaking, anyone that may be feeling empowered today, spirit wants you to know you're doing the right thing, you're on the right track. The Emperor also represents, as a whole, within your spirit, essentially, you have to get the job done. There's certain things and elements in your life at this particular time you could be facing. But because you have that hope and faith within yourself, the Emperor is here. It's time to take control back over your empire. What is the empire? The empire is your mind. And the blue represents your throat chakra. What are you speaking into the universe in order for you to manifest and make it come into a reality? The throat chakra is very imperative when it comes to the Emperor energy, because being true to yourself currently in this position, that's a positive thing. The next energy that we're going to take a look at is the energy that's crossing you guys. Knight of Swords. Very, very important. Let me hold them both up so you can get a better understanding of what's going on here. We got a lot of throat chakra energy. So there's someone initially speaking their truth. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is the energy of Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Y'all are the thinkers of the zodiac. Y'all analyze. Y'all very outspoken. You're taking the initiative to go towards what it is you know you truly need to do. So your current position is the emperor. Today's message is all about speaking your truth into existence. With the Knight of Swords energy crossing you, something is taking place within your spirit. Because if you're able to articulate and actually speak on your truth, you're well on your way. Past energies, there was some sort of opportunity that had taken place in your life. Ace of Wands, a beginning of something new. It was very passionate and something that you have been desiring. Whatever it is, whatever outcome came from this beginning of this Ace of Wands energy, it put you in a position to become the emperor. Meaning you took power over your life and you're starting to speak things into your existence at this particular time, collective. But at the end of the day, you still suffer with hope and fears, right? What's your hopes and your fears? 10 of Cups. Many of y'all in the collective fear this energy of having when will I come into a full completion of being fulfilled emotionally, because cups represent our emotional state of our mind, our hopes and fears. We hope at the end of the day. Spirit is showing me with the 10 of Cups coming out in the hopes and fears position. Many of us hope for this completion, this sense of fulfillment that was lacking within us. However, we also fear moving forward when it comes to having things that are tangible. But do not fear. Don't put yourself in a position to be entrapped in your own mind. That's why the Knight of Swords is crossing you with that Emperor energy to remind you a closed mouth will never be fed. So if you know something is not going right in your world, it's time for you to take authority with the Emperor energy and speak it into existence. If you feel like you're being unjustified or being done wrong by another party on an emotional level, it's time to speak your truth. Throat chakra. Because here we have the yellow, which represents our emotional balance. How are we feeling about ourselves? Hopes and fears. I'm going to clarify that energy. The red represents the Kundalini chakra. The Kundalini is basically what aggression and effort are we putting into ourselves in order to get the ball rolling and get the job done. All right? That's what the Kundalini, the red, is all about. Action. Persistence. The next energy coming up, the High Priestess. You already know the truth, collective. The High Priest. The High Priestess is an energy that we can embody on any given basis when it's time for us to start tapping into our intuition. Start listening to that inner self-critic that always tells us that we're a failure when it comes to emotional stability. That's why we fear the change and the repercussions of having a sense of the 10 of Cups is a completion, a fulfillment of happiness emotionally. You're balanced, you're stable. However, fear is stopping some of you. Spirit is reminding us, here again with the yellow, listen to your inner critic, to thy own self be true. Okay? And the overall final message from Spirit for today's message, 6 of Swords. Again, more air energy coming through. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Our thoughts, our thinking process. What are we telling ourselves? The final message from Spirit when it comes to the 6 of Swords is like you done been through the brunt of the storm, right? Now it's time to find higher ground. It's time to remove yourself from whatever position and situation you finding yourself in that's keeping you from a new way of being, because you got the Ace of Wands. There was action taken. Now remember your current position right here. Hold on. Your current position is the Emperor. I'm gonna put it all together for y'all right now. Spirit showed me where you at right now, y'all. Collective, there's some of you out there that y'all sitting in a positive space. Y'all taking the initiative and action to move forward towards your goals and your dreams. Spiritually, you was afforded a new opportunity for growth and change, but fear is always going to be one of those reclusive energies that we always have to be vigilant and stand on guard, especially when it comes to wish fulfillment. There's emotional stability and balance that's being interrupted. That's why the High Priestess is coming back out to remind you. Right here, to thy own self be true. 6 of Swords. Moving to calmer waters. Taking that inner critic within your own mind and finding that tame waters, because you've been on a wave of emotions recently, collective, with this 10 of Cups right here. You fearing a change, but Spirit is reminding you, as long as you be true to yourself with the High Priestess and you spiritually get in tune with who you are, where you've been and where you want to go, that's where the Emperor energy comes in and gives you the ability to listen to your inside and listen to the signs from outward. Spirit, God, whoever you believe in. Let's check it out. Bottom of the deck. We got more fire energy coming through with the Kundalini, with the red representing it's time for change. But you gotta be patient. Temperance. Temperance is about finding that balance within your spirit to know that, yeah, you're going to have good days and bad days. With the Knight of Swords, is about taking action, speaking your truth, asking questions, asking for help when help is needed, no longer feeling vulnerable to the cause. Let's clarify, though. Your hopes and fears position, collective. Why is the 10 of Cups here in the hopes and fears? What does the collective need to be more aware of and in tune of when it comes to taking authority over the empire? Y'all in the right position. The Emperor came out for y'all today. So it's a good day. Especially with the Ace of Wands, that's telling me that a lot of y'all could be putting in the footwork and being diligent enough to work on your insides. However, sometimes fear will put us in a position to make us lose focus. High Priestess is reminding you guys, listen to your own self. Be true to your own self. All right. Ten of Cups, hopes and fears, is being clarified with the 8. The 8 of Swords. Exactly as I suspected. Thank you, Spirit. Didn't I tell you? Perpetually, you are keeping yourself enthralled in your own mind. And the 8 of Swords is all about self-imprisonment. Spirit is clarifying the 10 of Cups, your hopes and your fears, with the 8 of Swords energy. There's something inside of you that's in balance, and it has to do with your belief system. So just for today, using the wisdom of the High Priestess within you, collective, it's time to free yourself from the prison that we put ourselves in collectively as a whole. We can feel superior and inferior. However, it's about taking action and speaking up for yourself, especially if you're in the position of the Emperor, because there are people actually watching and listening and want to follow your lead. But in order to free yourself, can I have more information on that eight of swords? Right here. Hopes and fears is the emotional wish fulfillment, right? Eight of Swords is blocking you, blocking your chakra system. What needs to be restored, collective? What's that? That's the Six of Pentacles. Do you know what the Six of Pentacles represents? Six of Pentacles is about balance. Here in the tangible, earthbound things. Reciprocity, give and exchange. Spirit wants you to know, in order for you to grow emotionally and work on your sacral chakra so you could be balanced and no longer fear this energy coming towards you, you gotta listen to thy own self with the high priestess. There's something inside of you, collective, right now that has been telling you for far too long. It's time to release yourself from the bondage. Take the blindfolds off with this Eight of Swords. It's time to balance out the scales within your own mind, body, and spirit. If you want to see growth and change, that's why the final message is the Six of Swords. Moving into calm waters. Putting yourself in positions where you no longer have to live in chaos and confusion. Six of Swords is being clarified by becoming the fool. Taking that leap of faith. Taking the next step even though you can't see the whole staircase. Removing yourself from a situation that you may find yourself in that emotionally and intellectually has been putting you in positions to no longer see your true self-worth and value. The Fool energy. It's time to take that leap of faith. High Priestess is being clarified. Oh, look like somebody getting a reading today. Eight of Cups. There's something inside of you that has to do with love no longer being served to you, collective. With the Eight of Cups, you don't know whether you want to stay or go. Eight of Cups, you're in indecision right now. Balance is needed when it comes to making this decision. It's time for you to take the blindfolds off with this fear that you have of emotionally fulfilling yourself when it comes to connections and finding that emotional balance within yourself. Eight of Cups is clarifying the High Priestess. You know why? Because at the end of the day, when the Eight of Cups is in play with the High Priestess, you got the Fool energy, right? Clarifying your mindset needing to be reprogrammed. How much do you believe in yourself to know at the end of the day when the Emperor shows up, it's time for you to set the record straight within you. So whoever you're connecting with on an emotional level that got you in fear and in your own mind and trapped with the Eight of Swords, Spirit is saying reciprocity is needed, and it begins with you, collective. How you gonna get that reciprocity? By taking action. Knight of Swords. Slicing and dicing and cutting through the toughest questions that you can ask yourself. That's what the Emperor does. The Emperor shows no mercy to his empire, which is his mind, body, and spirit. All right, y'all? Bottom of the deck, we got the Six of Cups. This is indeed a message of a connection of someone where you're going to have to find within you the Temperance. Remember at the bottom of the deck, we had the Temperance, right? Temperance and the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck. Clarifying deck, main objective. What patience is needed with the Temperance energy in order for you to solidify the truth within you when it comes to having interpersonal connections, so you can transmute whatever negative energy that is holding you hostage from making that decision. There's something that you keep turning a blind eye to. when it comes to walking away from what no longer serves you with this Eight of Cups energy. So your hopes and fears is emotional fulfillment. Spirit is reminding you, you guys know the truth, how to set yourself back into balance. Speaking the truth with the Knight of Swords. Becoming that analytical thinker to the point where you become the emperor and you stay in that position to what? To remove yourself from what no longer serves you. Six of Swords. And start a brand new. The Fool. Taking a leap of faith. There's your opportunity. It's about action, y'all. Alright? So I'm going to close out today's message with truth, wisdom. Oh, excuse me. And let's move on to the final main message that will incorporate and put all together the wisdom of the oracle, what Spirit really wants us to know regarding today's energies. Whatever you're doing, continue to keep on standing in your truth. You got the throat chakra working and popping, and you have the High Priestess. So there's something that you already know, guys, that you have to do in order to free yourself from the pain, the misery, and the suffering that we as human beings can ultimately create within our own mindsets. Eight of Swords. It's time to break the cycle. Let's go ahead and get a wisdom of the oracle message. What's the problem? What's the solution? And the message from Spirit. 3 cards. This is the final message from Wisdom of the Oracle. I want to thank you for taking this journey with me. What's the problem that we need to be more aware of in regards towards our energies today, Spirit? The problem is the loyal heart. First oracle message. Loyal heart coming through, y'all. The solution. A new life. A new life. Message from Spirit. The never-ending story in the protection mode. Ooh. Woo! Y'all ready for me? Y'all ready for me? I hope y'all ready for me. Alright, y'all. Come on. Yes, Spirit. Alright. I'm not a teacher. I'm a student myself. We all gonna learn together today. First oracle message. Having a loyal heart. Where we at, Spirit? Come on. Hold on. I'm gonna get the guidebook with the messages inside. Interpret as we read along. But the essential. Do you know what essential is? What essential represents? Absolutely necessary. Essential meanings of a loyal heart, y'all. Fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. The oracle's message. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. You heard that, right? Spirit. We ain't talking about another human being. Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith. For you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. This is the problem, however, with many of us in the collective regarding our relationships when it comes to loyalty. Your partnerships, your friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. Therefore, hence, your hopes and your fears is that ultimate wish fulfillment in the tarot reading. You have that Ten of Cups. Loyal heart. Are you being true to yourself, collective? When it comes to walking into your own wish fulfillment, no longer being counterproductive and holding on to something that you know is not serving you any longer. Being able to listen to your high priestess and taking authority over your empire with the emperor energy. Becoming that boss bitch or that boss man. You feel me? Regarding your prosperity, your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions, where your aspirations for success assume form in reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dreams, faithful to your plans, while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time for joyful celebration of spirit. You're manifesting a partner. That's the first message. So what is the problem, spirit? What is it that the collective needs to become more aware of when we turn this beautiful oracle message and energy against our own free will and put us in a state of perpetual state of fear of not knowing how to love our own selves and you, spirit? What's the solution? Next message. New life. Let's see what spirit has to say. New life. The essential meaning of this oracle message: birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing in itself. The oracle's message: when spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious songs. And the nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon on us all. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. In aspects and regards towards your relationship message, new energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with the sweetness and the vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnerships in all forms. I'm going to read that again. This card is very auspicious sign that with respect to the love and the partnerships in all forms. So what partnerships, what relationships do you feel the most but yet desire to have in your life at this time? It begins and ends with you, collective. Prosperity message. You have reason to be optimistic right now. As things seem to fall into place magically, new opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, work, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with excitement and potential. Fortune is smiling on you, but that's only if you want it, y'all. And let's move on to the final message, which came in the protection mode, and it's called The Never Ending Story. But it's very imperative and important because when it comes in the reverse, that means that there's someone right now that could be listening to this final message that ultimately needs to understand what spirit needs you to hear to serve you for your highest good. And with that, we're going to move into the never ending story. In the reverse, the essential meanings of this oracle: self criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. You came up in the reverse, collective. What's going on? Well, let's read the oracle's message. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is, it is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this. You must not go there. You should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love the lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being your true, authentic self. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily to be soothed. Protection message. Because it came up in the reverse, y'all. The protection message is: this is a time to avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff. Your sensitivity is on overload these days, and you're best served by keeping your distance. Your mantra today is, not my circus, not my monkeys. All this drama will pass and will carry on unscathed and blameless, because you got work to do within yourself in order to manifest and create a new life. And that consists of a loyal heart and being true to thy own self, especially when it comes to your current position of being that emperor. It's time for you to be the creator of your own universe, y'all. And with that, I close out this reading with love and light, truth, wisdom, clarity, and understanding. I'll be putting out individual zodiac signs. Give me time, y'all. This takes a lot of energy. But be on the lookout for Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini's monthly readings first and foremost. And with that, I want to thank you for letting me share. Peace, love, and walk in grace. Have a good day, y'all.